card companies have computer programs which figure out your average daily balance for them. But of course, you don't have a computer program to figure that out. But you can check your average daily balance by using what's called a credit calendar. This is what you can use to your average daily balance, and you use it. It doesn't. You put the dates on there. And then you add and subtract and have your running balances. But it's not a regular calendar in that it's not, January 1st through January 31st. It's a blank calendar that you put the dates of your billing cycle on. And then you use it to determine how many days at each balance. Okay, and so we're going to walk. So if you have your statement, okay, we look at this first, and she has a 31-day billing cycle. 31 days. Our credit calendars have 35 days, 5 rows of 7 days. So we cross out 4 of them because we don't need them. Okay, so you cross out any unneeded days. Now you can do this at the top or the bottom. It doesn't really matter, but we always start numbering from the bottom, so I just cross out my days from the bottom as well. So you cross out unneeded days. This is 35 days. We now have 31 days. And that's the length of her billing cycle. The next part is we enter the billing date on the last day. The 13th is down here. So this is the billing date. And then we count backwards. So this is November 13th. We go 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we hit December. 31st, or sorry, October. 31st, 30, and we count backwards. So this is the starting date of the billing cycle. And we do this because on the statement, they don't tell us what day the billing cycle started. They just tell us the billing date, which is the day the billing cycle ended. And so we have to count backwards for our 31-day or 30-day, however long the billing cycle is. And so we count backwards. And then after we have all the dates posted here, the next thing we do is we look at the posted dates of all of the charges. So if we look at this again, we've got 2 charges and 1 payment. And these are the days that they occurred. So when you go on your calendar, you're putting the charges and the payment on the days that they occurred. These are the days that the balance changed. All the days that there are no transactions, the balance is just floating at whatever it is. So far, okay? Then the next thing you do is you start with the previous balance, which again, I'm going to flip back here. Our previous balance was $829.30. So that's what went here, $829.30. And it stays $829.30 all the way until she charged $67, at which point it became $896.30. And it stayed $896.30 until she charged $55, at which point it became $951.30. Stayed $951.30 until she paid, and then it became $791.30 for the remainder of the billing period, because there were no more transactions. We use this now to find the average daily balance. We count up how many days it was at each. Now, do you have to write $829.30 in every single square? No, you can do $829.30, and then you can draw like arrows until you get to here. And then you can change it, that way. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days at $891.30. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 days at $896.30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days at 9:51:30, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days at 7:91:30. So this is a way to determine what your balances were on individual days, so you can figure out how many days you were at each balance so that you can calculate your average daily balance. And to start with, it's kind of confusing, but once you understand how to use it, it's really quite fast. It doesn't, and I'm going to walk through one where I actually write everything in to show you how that works too. Okay, so then we multiply these, add it all up, you get 26,488.30. We divide that by 31. Here's her average daily balance. Before, I told you the number of days at each balance. This is how you would figure out from your own credit card statement the number of days at each balance if you wanted to double check their work and make sure they were correct. So what's her finance charge? Well, her average daily balance was $854.46. Then we have to go all the way back. Her monthly periodic rate is 1.415. Oops. So that's 0.01415. And I multiply those together. And her finance charge for that month is $12.09. Through the whole process to find these missing things. We're going to find the finance charge, the new balance, the average daily balance, the total credit, and the monthly periodic rate. Okay. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me go back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, I can't figure out the finance charge until I know the average daily balance. I won't know the new balance until I know the finance charge. And I won't know the available credit until I know the new balance. But I can figure out the monthly periodic rate right now. So remember, that's APR divided by 12. And so that's 1.6%. So I know D. Okay. Now I can't find A until I have C. I need the average daily balance to find the finance charge. So I can't do this in order. I can't find A and then B and then C. I have to find C first. So the first thing I want to look at is that there are 31 days in the billing cycle. I have this 35 squares. I don't need 35 of them. I only need 31 of them. So I take away 4. I now have 31.
Where'd you get the interest rate from?
Here's the APR.
It says 21.6%.
Yeah. I just didn't put the percent in there. And then I was finding the monthly, yeah.
Well, where did you get the monthly?
APR divided by 12 is always monthly. Okay. So now I have my 31 days. The next thing I need to look at is the billing date. Oh, darn it. This is the one I messed up. Change this. Sorry about that. I forgot I didn't fix this. We need to change that to May 3rd. That needs to be July right there. And this needs to be July 10th. And that needs to be like July 20th or something. Sorry about that. I need to fix that. Okay, so our billing date is July 10th. The billing date goes here. Okay, so 10th of July. And then we count backwards. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How many days in June? 30. Yeah. You guys don't know the poem, huh? They don't teach that anymore. 30 days hath September, April, June, and November. 30 days hath September, April, June, and November. Everybody else has 31 except for February because he stands alone. So it's just those 4 months that have 30 days. So June has 30, 29, 28, and you just keep counting backwards. Okay. Usually I mark where July and June are. Just for me, you don't really need to do that unless it helps you. Okay, so I have the calendars marked. So this is 31 days of billing, starting on June 10th and ending on July 10th. Okay. The next thing I do is I go back and I look at the transactions, and I'm going to do those in this dark purpley color. Okay. On June 18th, a payment of $75. So I write minus 75 here. On June 20th, 128.36 to Target. I put plus there because I bought something, so I'm adding that in. On June 28th, 56.83 to Publix. So June 28th is plus 56.83. And then on July 3rd, 47.33. So plus 47.33. Okay, and then I just double check. I have 4 transactions on my calendar. I have 4 transactions on my statement, so I'm good. So far, okay? Then I find my previous balance, which I'm going to do in that color. Previous balance is 576.32. So on the first day, that's what my balance was, 576.32. That's the previous balance. Okay. And then it remains 576.32 until here. On the 18th, it goes down by $75. Okay, so that then becomes, hold on, 501.32. And we're 501.32 until this day, when we charged 128.36. And our new balance is now 629.68. And we stay that all the way until here, when we charged 56.83. Which brings us up to 686.51. And we stay 686.51 until July 3rd, where we charged 47.33, which brings us up to 733.84. And we stay 733.84 for the remainder of the billing cycle. Now, like I said, in that example where I showed you before, they were writing the price or the balance every single day. You don't have to rewrite the same balance every single day. You can mark it in this way, just so long as you know that all of these days are this same balance. And what that gives us is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days at $576.32. 2 days at $501.32. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days at $629.68. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days at $686.51, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days at $733.84. Okay. Multiply all this out. My sum is going to be $19,953.91. And then I'm going to divide that by the 31 days so that my average daily balance comes out to be $643.67. Now that I have C, I can find A. A is the finance charge, so I take that $643.67 and I multiply it by 0.016, my monthly periodic rate. So my finance charge is going to be $10.30. Now I can find my new balance. To find the new balance, I take the payment, the previous balance, subtract the payment, add the new purchases, and add the finance charge, because there is no late charge, so there's nothing to add there. And so my new balance is $744.14. And then from there, I can find the total available credit, which is I take the credit line of $2,000 and I subtract the new balance. And my available credit is $1255.86. Now these are all things that should be checked. In addition, the new purchases should have been checked. I should have added these together and just double checked and made that $232.52 was correct. So $128.36, $56.83, and $47.33. Okay, it is correct. So these get added together to check that number. This number, your payment, should match your payment. You can check your average daily balance using the calendar. Then you can check all of this using this math. And you can check to make sure your credit card statement is correct. Because again, if let's say there's a dollar error, just a dollar error every month, every year that's costing you $12. It doesn't seem like a whole lot, but if you have the same credit card for 20 years, that's a lot of money to give them that you can add yourself. So you just want to double check everything.